This is Craig Montgomery. Is this a telecommunications specialist? Good. Listen, I have a situation that's come up. I need to put a trace on the origin of a call that came into my office today on the private line. Yes. Yeah, it came within the last hour. Oh, no, I don't know. There was no caller ID on it. Network interference. What? Well, why can't you trace the call then? All right, I tell you what. You know what I want? I want a report of every single phone call, the origin of every call that came into my office on that private line today. And I want that on my desk by tomorrow morning. And if you can't handle that, then why don't you try getting yourself another job? Step on it. Yeah.
I know, Craig. I know everything.
Did you get rid of the phone that Allison used?
It's already done. Who are you calling?
She just left.
Meg, I thought she was out of this. What are you doing rushing here to see? Oh.
Well, that's why I came up the back stairs.
Where have you been?
To see Craig?
Dressed like that?
Let's forget about the jealousy, all right? What? Tell us, what happened?
Look, I was there when he got Allison's call, and he played it off like it was a wrong number, but he was completely rattled.
Are you sure of that?
Yeah, I had just let him convince me to go out for drinks, and then suddenly he got busy. He had to make a phone call.
Well, that's good. That's excellent, although I don't think it's a good idea. I thought you would call...
I had to come here. The minute Craig hustled me out of there, I realized there was a huge flaw in our plan.
Make it 2 hits this time instead of 1.
Well, the new job must be paying you well.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be going on for a while. Which means you're looking at a regular customer. If your supply can meet my demand.
How much ice are we talking about here?
Just enough to keep me happy.
Look, all Craig has to do is call the hospital in Switzerland, okay? At least we bought ourselves a few hours because it's still the middle of the night over there.
Nick, everything's gonna be okay.
We have a few hours to deal with this, okay? By morning, Craig will know that Rosanna's still in a coma, and that wasn't her on the phone.
You are underestimating the far-reaching power of Lucinda Walsh.
I want to speak to somebody else about my wife. I'm sorry? Yes, you've located the doctor. I will hold for Dr. Frankel. Thank you.
Mr. Montgomery?
Doctor, yes. I'm very concerned about my wife. Has there been any change in Rosanna's condition?
I'm afraid I have disturbing news.
What? What, doctor, what?
I'm sorry to inform you, sir, but your wife has disappeared.
I don't understand. You actually had Rosanna moved out of the hospital?
Hello?
Good evening, Miss Walsh.
Herr Director. Oh, your voice sounds so faint. Just a moment. I'm going to get a better connection. Excuse me. All right. Yeah.
Do you really think she could pull this off?
It's nice to see you.
I wish I could stay with you.
So how'd things go?
Well, Craig is still devising little tests to make sure that, I could trust him, he could trust me.
Betty liked your dress.
Oh.
I'll never be okay with you being a part of this. Look, let's go forward with Allison. We'll get Craig that way.
No, that's not enough. You still need to know how well it's working and what he's thinking. You need me to help out with this.
So what was he thinking before the phone call?
Well, he was questioning me on why I was there, trying to trip me up.
He wants you to prove to him that you care.
Yes.
So, what did your friend say?
As anticipated, he called. And Mr. Montgomery from America was told exactly what we wanted him to know.
It's working.
That was a joke, Allie. That was supposed to be funny. Oh.
Yeah?
It's time for another performance. How soon can you get here?
Oh, I'm so glad you called, Will.
Bad timing.
No. Just let me ask her. Will and Gwen want to know if I can meet them for coffee.
How much coffee can you drink?
It's not about the coffee. They said in the meeting that I should avoid people who, do drugs, remind me of that whole scene, and that I should hang out with my friends I had before I got into all that. So I remember how to have fun without being on drugs. Fine. I'll tell Will you don't want me to see him.
No, would you stop? It's not that, okay? You can go spend time with Will and Gwen.
I'll be right over.
Well, be careful. Don't let anybody see you.
I'm all over that. Hey. Well, I really appreciate breakfast and everything.
Oh, you didn't eat your breakfast.
Hey, boss.
Nice shades.
Doing my bit, Mr. Street.
Nice to know you can follow direction.
You have no idea.
It's a little early, don't you think, for...
Chocolate? Oh, I love it cold. So hard. What are you staring at?
You? Just keep thinking about you in high school. Running around with Lucy.
Sorry, Paul. We're not in Kansas anymore.
What happened to you?
Why?
I guess it doesn't matter if you're still interested.
In Haunting Craig? Sure, why not? As long as you pay, I'll party.
So long as we get results.
Well, obviously we got results or you wouldn't have called me. So, what's on the agenda? More phone calls?
Well, yes and no. I think we should do things a little differently this time.
Different is good. What do you need?
No, it's what you need. A co-star.
Well, I guess when I was in high school with Lucy, I should have played more ball.
Do you think you've had enough sugar?
What are you, my mom?
No, like you said, I'm your boss. We have a lot of work to do. I don't know, you seem a little jumpy.
Well, I've been waiting here for like an hour.
You've been here 10 minutes.
No, it felt like an hour.
Well, I'm sorry I'm not more amusing. Is there some other place that you have to be?
No. I'm nervous about my sister coming and looking for me.
You told her that you were with Will, right?
Yeah, I did.
So then where else would she think that you would be?
It doesn't matter. She'll come looking for me either way.
Lucinda.
She knows how to text. My mom doesn't even know how to program the DVR.
Yeah, she knows how to text. And she says we're on. You ready?
I'm so sorry I'm late.
Oh, yes. We were wondering when you'd put in an appearance.
Hello, Lucinda. I thought you might be here.
Of course I'm still here. I still own a significant number of worldwide
No,
shares.
it is Montgomery Enterprises, remember?
Whatever it's called, it's a source of significant rumors.
Rumors? What rumors?
Earnings are sliding. In the second quarter, which is your first quarter as chair, in the second quarter it's going to end up in the red. Isn't that what you told me, Edwin?
Actually, as I mentioned to Edwin, to several of you, due to unavoidable write-offs, leftovers from your administration, Lucinda, the second quarter may not reflect the robust growth.
In your pension plan? I thought that the executive pay packages had to be approved by the board.
You know, actually, we're here for this meeting to discuss my plans to liquidate the Valley's best baby food line. It is a non-starter that nearly sank this company.
You mean the company that you advised my daughter to buy? But I'm with you. I'm with you, Craig. Clean up your mess.
Mr. Montgomery, you have a phone call?
I think you should take a message. I am in the middle of a board meeting.
I'm sorry, sir. She said it was urgent.
She
wouldn't give her name.
I am terribly sorry. Actually, I do have to take this call.
Do you think we could get some coffee in here?
Oh, Edwin, absolutely. Now, didn't I ask you to take care of our guests?
You never said a word.
Just do it. Yes, who is this? Hello?
I know you tried to kill me, Craig. We really got him that time. He was totally freaked. He just kept saying, "Who is this? Who is this?"
Just be careful.
Yeah, what was that all about?
You'll see.
How did this happen?
I have no idea, sir. When I dusted it this morning, it was fine. Then I went out to do the marketing. This is the first I've seen it.
Are you saying someone has been in this house?
Not while I was here.
I'm telling you, somebody has been in this house.
She did this.
Okay, I'm gonna keep this. You are gonna go to layout and tell them not to change a thing, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm gonna head home. Wait for Ellie, okay? Oh.
What?
I left my purse on the table. I'll catch up with you later, okay?
Okay.
I thought you were going to meet Will and Gwen.
I was. I still am.
Really? Then what are you doing getting off the elevator with him? And don't tell me it was just a coincidence,
explain.
Allison. Really?
No, let me. I'm the one who's getting grilled.
I was on an elevator with your sister for like 5 minutes. What's the big deal?
Emily is on red alert when it comes to me.
Yeah, well, me too, I guess.
Yeah, both of you. Okay, for good reasons.
Just go, Paul. I want to talk to my sister alone.
Whatever you want.
I'm waiting.
Wow. So you really think I just lied to you deliberately?
Did you?
No. It was weird. Just as I was leaving, I saw Paul come into the lobby. And I don't know, it must have really hit me hard because before I knew it, I had followed him into the elevator.
Why, Allie?
Because I realized that all of a sudden I felt all this anger towards him. And I realized I had some major unfinished business with him.
About what?
You.
Oh, but now's the appropriate time.
Yeah, since you're accusing me of lying.
No, Allison, I'm asking you a question, a simple question. You said you were going to meet Will and Gwen, and you walk out of that elevator with Paul. It threw me, okay?
You still don't believe I'm going to meet Will and Gwen. Fine. Fine. Here's my phone. Why don't you call him?
Just
and tell
stop
him?
it. Put it away, okay? Look,
I don't want to humiliate you. Okay? I know how hard it is to feel like you're being watched all the time. I get that.
I am being watched
No, honey,
constantly.
I don't want you to have another setback. Mom's happy to have you home. You're getting better every day. I know it.
It's still not good enough for you, is it? My shift starts in an hour. Why don't you come stop by Al's and make sure I'm there? At least it will make one of us happy.
Thanks for showing up.
Well, if I hadn't, you just would have hounded me.
You're right, I would.
Okay, so what is it? What's the enormous crisis this time?
It's Allison. I thought that much was obvious.
Not really, no.
Okay, could you just please be straight with me for once? I think you owe me at least that much.
Okay, what is it you want to know?
What were the two of you doing together?
Didn't you ask her?
Well, I tried. She claimed to have read you the riot act because of the lousy way you treated me.
She's probably not the last.
You two didn't talk about me, did you?
No, not really.
What were you doing with her?
Okay, look. If you think that I'm involved somehow with your sister, personally, I just want you to know that I'm not.
You think I'm asking because I'm jealous?
Yes.
No. Trust me, she knows that you are a disaster and she would never look at you that way.
Okay, well
Trust me.
then, I guess you and I don't have a problem then, do we?
Hardly.
Please don't make this into something that it's just
See,
not.
you know, that's it. Exactly what it is isn't clear to me. But when I saw you walk off that elevator with Allison, you both looked very guilty.
Yeah.
And very desperate.
That's because
Why?
I knew that you were going to do exactly what you're doing right now.
Well, that's just too bad. You don't like my questions, then stay away from my sister.
Your sister has the right to live her life without clearing all of her choices with her big sister
Don't
Emily.
do that.
You know, I have that right too.
Don't do
you know.
that. Don't bully me, okay? Because I still know you better than anybody on the planet. Something's going on with you and Allison. It may not be romantic, but whatever it isn't good.
How do you know?
I swear to you, if you were lying to me about my sister, I would be in your face day in and day out. Allison may look like she's all put together right now, but she's very messed up.
I don't want to know how messed up she
Well,
is.
she is, and I'm in the middle of a crisis with her, and one false move, she could go on.
Emily, as usual, you're completely overreacting. It's nothing. Nothing. I don't have an agenda with your sister. Allison's not in any kind of danger.
You are keeping something from me, I know it.
It's nothing you need to worry about.
No, but you admit it. You are
Stop.
keeping something from me.
Emily, it's none of your concern.
It is my concern if it involves my sister. You don't know. She has made a lot of bad choices this year. The girl is lucky to be alive. She's very needy right now.
Oh, and you think that I would take advantage?
I don't know what you're going to do. You know, maybe her name came up on your Ouija board or whatever, and you're going to
Stop.
predict some tragedy that's going to happen in the future. Well, what?
It doesn't work like that. I try and stop bad things before they happen.
So do I. But I do it the normal way. By asking you to stay away. God, please respect that.
Out of respect for everything that you and I have been through together, I'm going to tell you the truth. First of all, you're right. My meeting with Allison was not accidental.
I knew it. I knew it. My
Okay.
sister's already sneaking around behind
before
my
you
back.
freak out,
Why is she
will you
lying
let
to me?
Finish? She's not. I asked Allison not to tell anybody about what it is that we're doing.
Oh, really? And that's supposed to comfort me?
You know,
You're
asked me
encouraging
tell
my
you the
sister to
truth,
mislead
and that's
me?
what I'm trying to do.
Okay, Paul, fine. Fine, what's your big secret?
Oh,
what do
I can't
what
tell
do you
you
guys...
that.
Oh, you know what? This is so typical of you. You say you're going to tell me the truth, and then you say nothing to me?
Allison and I are working on a little confidential project, and if it works, then... Look, you're going to find out all about it eventually, and when you do, you'll see that it's all for a really good cause.
Oh, right. Right. You make these vague promises, and I'm supposed to just blindly accept
Allison
it.
will
So
not
typical.
be hurt in any way.
You are not qualified to decide that. You have no idea what that girl has been through this year.
Okay, fine. What has that girl been through this year?
I can't tell you. I can't
So
betray
it's
her
okay
confidence.
for you to have secrets in areas that are off limits, but it's not okay for me?
She is my sister, okay? She needs to know that she feels safe when she is with me, that I will protect her. Can you do that for
Well,
her?
I won't put Allison in harm's way.
You're still not telling me the truth.
No, I am. Look, Allison is involved in a very small but very crucial way in something that, when it when it all happens, will do a lot of people a lot of good.
I don't care about a lot of people. I care about what happens to Allison.
You know, think of it this way. Maybe it's really good for her to have a purpose right now.
She's not very reliable.
Well, keep a close eye on her.
You wouldn't have a clue on how to do that.
Emily, will you please just let this go? Can you do that for me?
I've been dawdling.
Wow, thanks. Lots of people hang here when they're looking for work.
I bet. Or when they're getting an alibi set up.
Guess what? I just made another call for Paul.
Shh. Quiet.
It went great. Did he tell you?
Do I know you, dear? I thought we were never going to speak in public about your assignment. I thought that was understood.
Yeah. Just one more thing. After I wrapped up my little gig, Paul and I ran into my sister.
Oh, no. Is Emily sticking her nose in this now?
No, nothing like that. But it happened before Paul could take care of business.
What business?
Before he could pay me.
Darling, you've been paid. You've been very generously.
Yeah, for my first time. But I was a lot better this last time.
Oh.
In fact, I should get a raise.
Oh, all right, darling. I'll think about it.
That's cool. But I thought you wanted to keep me around, right?
Yeah. For now.
Thanks. I hope it stays that way.
Interesting, honey. You think you're quite business savvy, don't you?
I've managed a few survivor skills.
Ah. Okay.
Just need a little time, that's all. And then I'll explain everything.
What if you can't? What if something goes wrong?
I promise you that Allison won't get hurt.
You can't promise me that. You don't know my sister anymore, okay? You don't know how she was going to react to the simplest of things.
Why are you being so tough?
I have to be, Paul. You don't know. The lies are just the beginning. Whatever this is, you have to stop. Please.
It's too late for that.
No, whatever it is, it's not good, or you wouldn't be hiding it from me.
Oh, don't be naive. A lot of people have done a lot of really bad things under the radar. And if you keep this up, Emily, you'll be helping them, and you won't be helping your sister at all.
I want to believe you.
Well, then you have to. That's really all I have to say about it right now.
Dusty, it's me. Paul is up to something. I don't know what it is, but Allison is right in the middle of it. Please, you have got to help me find out what it is.
Craig, I'm surprised to see you.
You could say the same thing.
Well, sometimes I stop by here after my shift at Al's. They ask fewer questions here than they do at the farm.
I thought you liked that wholesome farm living.
I do. But, it doesn't mean I want to be waitressing forever or reporting into my mother.
You had other options.
Yeah, none of them would have done much for my self-esteem.
How's it going?
Slowly.
You still mourning Paul Ryan?
Trying to reconcile with him was an unfortunate detour that made things worse.
Well, you were warned.
Yeah, I guess that just made me more stubborn. I have to admit, I sometimes wonder if my pride will do me in.
Are you too proud to let me buy you a drink?
No, that would be nice.
Get 2 more of these, please. Thank you.
So this isn't like you. Shouldn't you be over at the new Montgomery Enterprises, making competitors quake in its role?
I just needed some time to think.
Oh, Craig, reflecting on his life. Well, is there any room for anything besides self-congratulations?
I think I will keep that one private.
Okay. Do you want to talk about weather and baseball? That's okay. I have to tell you that I have trusted you with deep, dark secrets of my own. So if you ever care to respond in kind.
Meg, trust me. You're an amateur when it comes to deep, dark secrets.
Thank you very much.
Well, I guess that's my cue not to pry.
Thank you.
You know, I do have eyes, Craig. I can't pretend that I don't notice your hand shaking.
It'll pass.
Craig, what's going on?
Rosanna.
What about her?
Either she has recovered, and she's back, or someone's setting me up.
Well, Lucinda does have enough clout in this town, I'll give you that much. But I really don't see how she could manage to revive a comatose patient halfway across the world.
No, she couldn't, but she can stage elaborate events. She has the resources to buy silence and cooperation.
That's true.
And the whole Rosanna calling me so I can't quite be certain if it's her, that just smacks of a scheme.
You're probably right.
Probably.
Well, let's just suppose that this isn't a trick. Let's think that Rosanna did regain consciousness. What would she do?
Well, I doubt I would be the first person she would call.
But if she did wake up, how would that affect you?
How would I feel if my wife miraculously recovered? Or are you asking something else?
I'm not sure I know what you mean.
You know exactly what I mean. You're just too afraid to come out and ask it.
Okay. There were plenty of rumors that went around after Rosanna's accident. The main one being that you forced her car off
She
the
was
road.
driving like a crazy person, and I tried to slow her down.
That's your version. Paul still blames you. And I've spent enough time with him to have heard all the reasons why.
All right, you are listening to conjecture from a scorned lover. Paul has never gotten over the fact that I took Rosanna from him.
He tells everybody that wants to listen that you tried to kill her.
What's his proof?
He doesn't have any, and you know that.
Because it doesn't exist.
So, it doesn't worry you that if Rosanna did come out of that coma, that she would be able to provide her own description of that
Even
accident?
if she remembered something, it's her word against mine.
Oh, so her version would be different. Is there anything Rosanna would say that would be able to help your enemies, Craig?
If Meg can get Craig to admit to attempted murder, then this whole thing is over, as you say, today. But if he doesn't rise to the bait...
Look, why don't we burn that bridge when we get to it?
I just don't want us to wing things, for heaven's sake. If Meg fails, then we haven't heard Craig, and we're right back where we started.
I have the backup plan.
Scuttle it. Scuttle it. If Emily knows... She knows that you and Allison are hooked up doing something. She's going to poke around until she finds out what it is you're up to and why.
So I'll just have to come up with a cover story for Allison.
That's a terrible idea. I mean, I don't know how many balls that girl can keep in the air at once. I think the girl is maxed out. Shh. It's Emily. Emily concerns me.
It's Meg that concerns me. She's with Craig right now. What if Craig figures out that she's wearing a wire?
She can handle that.
You and I both know firsthand what Craig is capable of if he feels wronged. He will demand his pound of flesh. And I don't want it to come from Meg.
Then you better hope and pray that Craig spills before Emily finds out. Let me know, please, when Meg gets back with the wire. I want to finish this.
Why should I feel responsible for what happened to Rosanna?
It's obviously painful for you to talk about it.
It was a painful event. It was hell seeing what happened to her. That doesn't mean that I caused it.
I'm just telling you what Paul thinks. You can't be surprised that it's negative.
You know what? Actually, this is not doing a whole lot for my state of mind, and maybe it'd be better if you just left me alone.
Hey. You didn't leave me alone when I lost my job or my nursing license. You saw how guilt-ridden I was for causing that patient's death, and you refused to let me wallow in it. I'm just trying to do the same for you.
But I don't feel guilty. I've just been on the receiving end of a few crank calls.
That you thought could be from Rosanna.
At first, but after the initial shock wore off, I realized how preposterous that is. Why dwell on it?
Okay. But whoever those calls are coming from, they were designed to rattle you, and it's working. You're not at the office, you're not running the company. Instead, you're here, tossing back drinks.
I needed a little time to regroup.
I understand. It's a lot to process. But I don't think what's getting to you is the idea that somebody's trying to gaslight you. I think it's that little voice in your head that says this might actually be real.